In my previous video, we have learned about parts of a circle, symmetry and chords, circumference of a circle, area of a circle, length of arc in a circle, and area of sector. In this video, I will teach you how to solve problems in past year questions, and we'll start right now. Hello everyone, my name is Shirley and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here and you would like to improve in your math skills, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so that you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at the first past year question. Let's look at the first question. So question 1 is from PT3 2014, question 4C, and this is 3 marks. Okay, let's read the question. The diagram below shows a piece of rectangular land PQRS with length 40 meters and width 28 meters. So here will be the length 40 meters and then the width is 28 meters, which means that this is 28 meters, which means that if I divide it by 2, here will be 14 and here will be 14. And because it's a quadrant, so therefore the radius is the same, so this is also 14. And to find VR, okay, we use 40 minus 14, which is 26 meters. Okay, and to find WR, we're going to use 28 minus 9, which is 19 meters. Okay, so here, a quadrant QUV is allocated to build a swimming pool. A triangle PQWS is proposed for the Rumput Mutiara project. So calculate the perimeter of the region. So calculate the perimeter. So this is the keyword, okay, which has not been planned for any project. So perimeter would be this PU plus with the length of arc UV plus with VR, okay, plus with RW, and then lastly you plus with PW. Okay, so we got all the sides except for the length of arc of UV and also the length of PW. So we have to find out what are the measurements. So this is a quadrant, okay? So for this length of arc, okay, is equals to, a quarter is 1/4 because it's a quadrant, then times with 2 pi r, okay, that's the formula to find length of arc. So equals to 1/4 times 2 times, because they say use pi equals to 22/7. So 2 times 22/7 times with the r, which is 14. Okay, so let's calculate this. So 1/4 times 2 times 22/7 times 14. So we get 22. Okay, so we have 22, yeah? So 22 meters. Okay, then next I'm going to find what is this length. Okay, so for this, because it's a right angle triangle, I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so Pythagoras theorem states that 40 square, okay, plus with 9 square, and then you square root it, you will get the length of hypotenuse. And PW is the hypotenuse. So I'm going to calculate this, yeah? So 40 square and plus 9 square, which is 81, and then you square root the answer, you will get 41. Okay, so therefore this is 41 meters. So I'm going to write here 41 meters. Okay, and this is 22 meters. So now we have all the measurements already. So we'll add them up to find the perimeter of the region which has not been planned for any project. Okay, so perimeter. Okay, so perimeter, yeah, is equals to, I'm going to add up. So it's going to be 14 plus with 22 plus with 26 plus with 19 and plus with 41. Okay, so it's equals to, let's calculate this, okay? So 14 plus 22 plus 26 plus 19 plus 41, so we get 122. Okay, 122, yeah? So it's 122 and the unit is meters. So that's the answer. Let's look at question number 2. This is in year PT3 2014, question 4C, and this is 3 marks. The diagram below shows us a piece of rectangular length PQRS owned by Hanafi with length 240 meters and width 140 meters, and T is the midpoint of PS. So the length is 240 meters, I'm going to write here 240 meters, and then the width is 140, which means that this is 140, okay? So to find WR is going to be 140 minus 80, which is 60. Okay, so I'm going to write 60 over here. This is 60 meters. Okay, and then, okay, here is 60. Okay, T is the midpoint, which means that PT equals to TS. Okay, and because from Q to R is 140, therefore from P to S is also 140. So since T is the midpoint, okay, which means that this is 70 and this is 70. Okay, I use 140 divided by 2, so each one is 70. So because PT is the radius of the quadrant, so therefore PU is also the radius of the quadrant, and it's 70. And because from S, the length of the rectangle is 240, so therefore PQ is also 240. Okay, so to find UV, I'm going to use 240 minus 70 minus 60. Okay, so I will get 110 meters. Okay, so this is 240 in total. Okay, now let's look at the question. Okay, if Hanafi decides to fence his land, what is the length in meters of the fence needed? So for here, okay, which means that I need to find the perimeter of this. Okay, UV plus with UW plus with WR, then plus with SR here, okay, plus with TS, and plus with UT. Okay, so we need to find what is the length of this, okay, VW. So since this is a right angle triangle, we're going to use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so to find VW square, okay, so I'm going to add 60 square plus with 80 square. Okay, so VW is equals to 60 square is 3,600 and 80 square is 6,400. And then I'm going to square root the whole thing. Okay, and then I will get, so let's calculate this with a calculator. So 3600 plus 6400, and then square root the whole thing, we'll get 100. Okay, so it's 100 meters. So this is 100 meters. I'm going to write it here. Okay, next we need to find what is the length of arc of UT. So to find the length of arc of UT, okay, I'm going to show it here. So this is a quadrant. So quadrant is 90 over 360 times with 2 pi r. Or I can also use 1 over 4 times 2 pi r. Okay, so to find the length of arc of UT, okay, I'm going to use 1 over 4 times 2 pi r. Okay, so it's going to be 1 over 4 times 2 times, because it says use pi equals to 22 over 7. Okay, so times 22 over 7, and the radius is 70. Okay, so let's calculate this. So 1 over 4 times 2 times 22 over 7 times 70, so we get 110. Okay, so it's 110 meters. Okay, so now we have all the sides already. We can add them up, okay, to find what is the length of the fence needed. Okay, so this is the perimeter. So find the perimeter, yeah? Okay. So I'm going to solve it here. I'm going to write it here. Okay, length of the fence needed. Okay, is equals to, okay, 110 plus with 100 plus with 60 plus with 240 plus with 70, and lastly we plus with 110. Okay, let's add them all together. 110 plus 100 plus 60 plus 240 and plus 70 plus 110. So we get 690. Okay, so the answer is 690 meters. So this is the answer. Let's look at question 3. The diagram below shows a rectangular garden PQRS. Areas of two quadrants with radius 7 cm and a triangle were planted with flowers. The remaining area is covered with pebbles. Calculate the perimeter in meter covered with pebbles and use pi equals to 22/7. So here we have two quadrants which are the same size and the radius is 7 cm. Okay, I'm going to label here 7, 7 and here 7, 7. Okay, and then this 20 meters is from P to S. Okay, it's 20. Okay, 20 meters. So in order to find this, okay, I'm going to use 20 minus 7 minus 10. Okay, so 20, let's calculate 20 minus 7 and minus 10. So we'll get 3. Okay, so this is 3. And then to find from here to here, I'm going to use 24 minus 7 minus 7, which is 10 meters. Okay, and then what else? This is 7, so therefore this will be, so 20 minus 7 is 13. Okay, this is 13. And then we need to find what is ST. Okay, so we're going to use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so to find ST, I'm going to write my working over here. So ST is equals to 24 square plus 10 square, and then we square root the whole thing. So let's calculate this, okay? So 24 square plus 10 square, which is 100, and then we square root it, we'll get 26. So it's 26 meters. So I'm going to label here 26, okay? So what else? We need to find the length of arc of the quadrant. So let's calculate this. So for this, okay, a quadrant is a quarter times with 2 pi r. So equals to 1/4 times 2 times, because they say use pi equals to 22/7. So times 22/7 and the r is 7. Okay, so let's calculate this. 1/4 times 2 times 22/7. Okay, and times 7, so we get 11 meters. So this is 11 meters. Okay, so since this quadrant and this quadrant, they are both the same. So if this is 11, this is also 11. Okay, so now we have all the sides already. We can calculate the perimeter, okay, in meters covered with pebbles. Okay, so now I'm going to calculate. I'm going to add them up. So perimeter, okay, is equals to, okay, 10 plus 11 plus 3 plus 26 plus 13 and plus 11. Okay, let's plus them up. 10 plus 11 plus 3 plus 26 plus 13 plus 11. So we get 74. Okay, so this is the answer, 74 meters. Okay? Let's look at question number 4. So the diagram below shows a sector OPQR with center O and radius is 7 cm. Calculate the length in cm of arc PQR. So for this, we're going to use the formula length of arc. So length of arc is equals to theta over 360. So theta is the angle subtended at the center here, okay, times with 2 pi r. So the theta here is 360 minus 90 degrees here, then over 360 times with 2, and the pi we're going to use 22/7. So 22/7 times with r, which is 7. So it's equals to, so this is 270 over 360 times 2 times 22/7 times 7. Okay, let's calculate this. This 7 and 7, we can cancel it off. Okay, so let's calculate with the calculator. So 270 divided by 360 times 2 times 22. So we get 33 cm. Okay, so I'm going to write down the answer, 33 cm. So that's the answer. Let's look at question number 5. So the diagram below shows a sector POQ with center O and the length of arc of PQ is 11 cm. Calculate the radius in cm of sector POQ. So the degree given is 45 degrees. So I'm going to put into the formula of length of arc. So length of arc is equals to theta over 360 times with 2 pi r. So for this case, they already given you the length of arc, which is 11 cm. So I'm going to substitute 11 over here equals to, so theta is the angle subtended at the center, which is 45 degrees over 360, times with 2, times with the pi given is 22 over 7, so 22 over 7 times with r. Okay, so now we have to find the value of r. So in order to find r, I'm going to shift everything on the right hand side to the left hand side. Okay, so become 11 times with 360 over 45. If it's a fraction, we just flip it upside down. Okay, so times, if it's 2, means 2 over 1. When you shift over, it becomes 1 over 2. Okay, so this is 1 over 2. So 22 over 7 become 7 over 22. Okay, let's calculate this with the calculator. So 11 times 360 over 45 times half times 7 over 22. Okay, so the answer that I've gotten here is 14 cm. So the answer R is equals to 14 cm. So that's the answer. Well, that's all for now. Do you understand what you learned today? Let me know in the comments below. If you find this video useful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my new videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you keep on learning, keep on practicing, and keep on watching my videos, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!